Breaking now at 6. Continuing team coverage of the Silver Spring apartment explosion. Several people rushed to the hospital. Also, the powerful moments unfolding in front of 7 News cameras. Worst fears.
Those are your loved ones?
Yeah.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
Replaced by immense relief.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Plus, a Maryland mother's tears of joy at Dulles Airport. A touching moment capping off a pro basketball player's Ukrainian ordeal.
We begin with that breaking news and a live look right now from Skytrack 7 over the absolute devastation of a Silver Spring apartment complex that exploded without warning. That blast caught on video. At this hour, there's still a search to make sure everyone is accounted for. Tonight, 7 News is on your side with team coverage. Kevin Lewis is talking to those who lost everything but found their families.
We're going to begin, though, with Maryland Bureau Chief Brad Bell and what we know about the injuries and the search now for answers and those still unaccounted for. Brad, the chief just spoke moments ago. What do you have to say?
Yeah, Chief Scott Goldstein did come and give a quick update. Basically, he says they are suspending operations for the night. Officially, he is saying that they're still trying to account for everybody. Sources are telling me that they believe they know the whereabouts of everybody who was supposed to be in that building. There will be a search that resumes tomorrow morning. They will bring the dogs back in tomorrow morning. But again, just take a look at the video of the explosion. It was caught on a neighbor's security camera, and you can see that moment. You can see that moment. There it is when that building explodes. If you look at it slowly, you can see flames coming out of a second-floor apartment. That is the one investigators believe where there was most likely a gas leak. And it was just a blazing, terrible fire after that explosion. The building collapsing, people scrambling to get out of the remaining structure. 10 people in all taken to the hospital. We are told 3 of them had serious conditions. The remaining were in serious condition and had serious injuries. The other 7 were told moderate to minor injuries. Just a terrible scene out here, and we were able to speak to some people who actually witnessed it and survived it.
It was very horrifying and scary. I heard an explosion. I looked out my bedroom window and I saw fire erupting. And then it spread it over to my bedroom window, which cracked the windows and everything. And that's when I really got scared and started grabbing my things to get out.
I saw like the building crumble down, and then I saw a woman. She was trying to get her baby out of the building because she couldn't get out, so she dropped her baby through the window. And someone had to hold the baby from downstairs, and I think she ended up coming out of the window as well.
So again, the investigation really not even started here yet because they're still trying to figure out exactly, what's going on. They had to tear down a wall to make it stable, but really the early belief is that it was a release of natural gas that led to an explosion. What led to that release remains to be seen. There was a maintenance man. I've had several sources telling me that, someone that was working in there, and they are talking to that person. So again, all day long they've been telling us they are hopeful. They're hopeful that there were no fatalities here, but they still had people they had to account for. Officially, we're still being told that they're trying to account for everybody. Sources in the fire department are telling me that they are increasingly confident that people did survive. In Silver Spring, Brad Bell, 7 News.
And 7 News Montgomery County reporter Kevin Lewis continues our team coverage now. Kevin, we can see right now on our screen some incredible reunions. Some of them you were there for. People raced here to find loved ones. Also tonight, people, though, dealing with tremendous loss. Kevin, you've been taking in the range of emotions there all this afternoon. What are you hearing tonight?
Well, really a lot of relief as people realized their worst fears were unfounded.
7 News was there as Talton Hall marched to this ride-on bus, shouting his mother's name out loud. Hall's mother, who's 78 and on oxygen, lives in the building that exploded. Watch as Hall burst into tears after fire rescue crews told him his mother was alive and uninjured. Hall, who works at the Ellipse for the National Park Service, then collapsed into the arms of a police officer. Hall broke down again a short while later with his son.
Everybody has a mother. When something like that happens, all you want to do is see her and hear her talking to you. I know that's what I wanted.
7 News watched as many others provided emotional support amid disbelief of the situation and a desperate search for loved ones.
Okay.
Those are your loved ones?
Yeah.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
The man with the black bandana maintains the apartment complex and rescued multiple people.
Miss Redore, she's like the last woman that's in after the building blew. So I just grabbed her out the one and brought her out too, so they okay. It's like family. I've been here 13 years, so all of them like family.
Officials confirm fire rescue transported 10 people to area hospitals, 3 with serious injuries and 7 less severe. And late afternoon, new word. Some people are unaccounted for. County Executive Mark Elrich toured the scene with his bodyguard in tow. Elrich vowed to get to the bottom of the cause and help the displaced. A local nonprofit has established an online donation page for those displaced. We have a link to it on our website, wjla.com. We're live in Silver Spring. I'm Kevin Lewis, 7 News.
All right, Kevin, thanks. And let me show you some live images now from Skytrack 7. This puts the devastation into perspective. You can see the roofs blowing off those units, but this whole side right here, that was another building. That building was leveled to nothing more than rubble when the explosion took place. After that, the subsequent fire spread into those other units that had already withstood the explosion. So we're looking at serious damage, and the people that were inside there not only were rattled, but then were forced to find an exit because of that fire. They know that there are people that at this point might be unaccounted for. That's the focus right now.
In situations like these, physical donations become unwieldy very quickly. So right now, at this point, until we make a later determination, monetary donations are the best.
There's a need for help, a lot of help right now, and the Red Cross is stepping in. They're helping people with their immediate needs as the fire crews continue their work. Now, the county has set up a website for donations, and we've put a link right on our website for you. Just go to wjla.com. And if you have the 7 News app, you just go check your phone. We just sent an alert to the 7 News app that will take you right there.
You know, all day we've been talking about the similarities to a 2016 apartment explosion just 4 miles from today's explosion at the Flower Branch Apartments. That blast, later blamed on a faulty gas regulator, happened at night when the building was full. 7 people were killed, including 2 children, and nearly 70 people were injured. While gas was suspected immediately after that fire, it did take months to confirm the cause.
And tonight, we're also working to learn more about a fire in Vienna that did injure 3 people. One is said to be in grave condition tonight. Firefighters were able to get that fire under control rather quickly. At this hour, there's still no word on what caused it. All time. Thank you for your cooperation.
Get out the tissues. A powerful moment all new tonight as a local basketball player who is trapped in Ukraine finally makes it home. What he's thankful for ahead.
And the charges just announced against the local police sergeant after this deadly police chase nearly 2 years ago.
And get ready, a cool day tomorrow with daytime highs that are only going to be in the 40s, but get ready. We have a big warm-up, a major warm-up on the way for the upcoming weekend. More on that coming up.
All new tonight, a Prince George's County police sergeant is facing charges tonight in the aftermath of this deadly police chase back in 2020. That crash killed a mother and her adult son after they sped off from officers during a gas station confrontation. A grand jury found the more than 6-mile chase was unauthorized. Sergeant Sean Urbina faces 1 count of misconduct in office. 4 other officers involved who were suspended after the chase have since been cleared to return to duty.
We have a surprising update all new tonight on this chaotic scene from nearly 4 years ago in Richmond. That's when a man was arrested after driving a stolen armored military vehicle through the city while on drugs. That man, Joshua Yabut, was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Now, though, he's been arrested again. And this time he's accused of trying to stop paramedics from helping an injured woman. He'll face a judge on these new charges in 3 weeks.
An update all new tonight on Jose Andres after he traveled into war-torn Ukraine to deliver food. What he wants people to know about brave volunteers.
And I'm Scott Abraham live at Dulles International Airport. Oxon Hill native Mo Creek is home from Ukraine. His emotional reunion with his friends and family coming your way in a couple of minutes.
Back now to that breaking news in Silver Spring, where Skytrack 7 video shows crews demolishing a dangerous wall still standing there at that apartment building that exploded. The removal is to allow crews, and you see it right there, cadaver dogs, to make a final search to make sure everyone is accounted for after that explosion. Right now, we're told firefighters remain hopeful that no one was killed. 7 News is on your side with multiple crews on the ground and updating WJLA.com.
Now for the latest in the crisis in Ukraine. That's where negotiators are heading into another round of talks. This after a day that saw an agreement on ceasefire zones to allow civilians the ability to evacuate and aid to be delivered. Now the United Nations estimates more than 1 million people now have fled the area. World News Tonight's David Muir just landed at one of those refugee centers in Poland. He'll have a first-hand look for you coming up in just about 15 minutes from now.
DC chef and World Central Kitchen founder Jose Andres just shared this new video showing he is out of Ukraine tonight. He's returned to a refugee center in Poland one day after taking supplies to partners in Lviv. Now, he points out his group still has volunteers feeding those in need inside the war zone. This includes the city of Kherson, which fell to Russian forces yesterday. He says a kitchen there is feeding people in bomb shelters and hospitals. Each day, they make 2,000 loaves of bread for sandwiches. Now to a powerful moment at Dulles Airport tonight as a local basketball player finally made it home after being trapped in Ukraine when the Russian invasion began.
Scary situation. Mo Creek's flight landed at Dulles Airport just about 2 hours ago. This is a story Scott Abraham broke first on 7 News, and he joins us now live from Dulles with that emotional reunion. And Scott, ever since you've been talking to him on the phone via satellite, it is so nice to see him in person.
Yeah, Jonathan, Michelle, this was certainly a happy homecoming. Tears of joy. PG County native Mo Creek, he was trapped in Ukraine, but he's finally home. And let's just say it was a reunion to remember. Yeah, that was the first embrace between Mo and his mother. You can see and hear the emotion from his mom. There's a lot of relief there. I mean, there was a lot of scary moments when Mo was trapped in Ukraine, but he's home, safe and sound. I was able to talk to Mo and his mother shortly after their emotional embrace.
I'm just happy. Everybody did their part, and like I said, it's not just this group, it's for everybody with the prayers. Yeah. Everybody, yeah. You know, that just show all their love to us, you know what I mean? And that means a lot.
I'm still speechless. I am at a loss for words, but I just wanted to look at him and make sure he was in one piece, and I'm speechless. I haven't slept, I haven't eaten. I'm just overwhelmed with joy.
Certainly everybody's going to sleep very well tonight. Mo also told me he's going to take some time to kind of decompress, reflect on the experience that he had in Ukraine. He's going to turn the page, move on. Mo Creek, home safe and sound, back in D.C. Back to you guys.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. Every parent watching that picture of the mom touching her baby, no matter how big your babies get, they're always your baby.
Oh,
it
yeah,
just
for
warms
sure.
your heart.
Yeah,
it's nice
great to have
see.
him back home.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are looking forward to the sunset this evening. This is such a stunning view, Steve.
Isn't that pretty? And wherever you are right now, even though the sun's been down for about 12 minutes or so, over from National Harbor, looking toward Old Town Alexandria, the Capitol Wheel, lots of orange in the sky right now, and our clouds are going to slowly disappear as we move through the remainder of the evening and into the overnight. 57 degrees, that was our high earlier today, a little bit above average. Looking at the winds now starting to settle down. These are sustained winds around 17 miles per hour at Reagan National Airport. If you've been sniffling and sneezing, The reason very well could be pollen, tree pollen, now in the high range, absent for grasses and weeds, mold in the low range. Temperature-wise, we've already dropped below that 50-degree mark downtown. 49 degrees there, 45 in Leesburg, 49 in Warrenton, 48 over in Luray. Head a little bit farther to the east, Upper Marlboro now in the upper 40s. Leonardtown hanging on to the lower 50s. Moving through what's left of the evening, we'll see temperatures continue to slide through the 40s. Clouds are going to become more and more limited. And once we go totally clear, temperatures are going to begin to drop a whole lot faster, especially after midnight, dropping down to the 20s for most of the area. So it's going to be a cold start to the day tomorrow, considering the time of year. Only around 25 degrees in the district. Arlington and Alexandria, lower 20s. Luray and Winchester and Hagerstown. Cumberland at just around 20 degrees with clear skies. Highs tomorrow, it's going to be on the cool side, only making it to the middle to upper 40s with enough sunshine. South and west of D.C. could be looking at around 50 degrees over toward Luray and Culpeper. But let's fast forward and talk about the weekend. It's going to warm up nicely, around 65 degrees on Saturday. By Sunday, we're going to be well into the middle 70s. Now, we may see a stray shower. I don't believe it's going to amount to a whole lot. Here's our futurecast, 5 p.m. on Sunday, mainly dry for the D.C. metro area, but we're watching a weather maker off to the west of us. Still dry early Monday morning, but by Monday afternoon, Monday evening, could be looking at maybe even a few rumbles of thunder as this system rolls on through. It's going to take our temperatures from the upper 70s to around 80 on Monday, only into the 50s for the day on Tuesday. So 47 degrees tomorrow, middle 60s on Saturday, around 75 degrees on Sunday, upper 70s to around 80 on Monday. And then we cool things down come Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, back down into the 50s with a chance for a few showers. Stay ahead of our weather makers. Make sure you have your Stormwatch 7 weather app ready to go. If you don't already have it on your smartphone, head over to the App Store or Google Play.
Steve, thanks very much. 7 News on your side now with new information on the timing of those tractor-trailer convoys that'll be coming into our area this weekend.
7 News on your side continuing to track the potential impacts of trucker protests as soon as tomorrow for parts of our area. Right now, several convoys are getting closer to the DMV. 7 News' Heather Graff is at the alert desk with the latest on expected arrival times.
Today we learned Virginia State Police have been in contact with the organizers of several of these convoys. VSP saying troopers wanted to make sure the groups understand Virginia's traffic laws as they get closer to this area. Meanwhile, we can tell you the group that calls itself the People's Convoy held a rally last night in Indiana, and since then they have made their way to Ohio for their latest stop in this cross-country trip that started in California, protesting what they view as government overreach during the coronavirus pandemic.
We're all out here for the same reason. We don't agree with what is going on in our government, what they're doing to us.
Organizers of the People's Convoy tell us they're still on track to reach Hagerstown by tomorrow and then the D.C. Beltway area on Saturday, though they continue to say they have no plans to go into the district or to block any highways in this area. At the alert desk, Heather Graff, 7 News.
Back now to the breaking news we've been following all day. That was a security camera that caught the explosion. In case you missed the top of our newscast, we have been tracking this explosion that destroyed a Silver Spring apartment complex. Incredibly, at this hour, no reports of anyone being killed. Firefighters are hopeful that everyone has been accounted for, but they plan to resume a search in the morning of a pile of rubble that used to be the apartment. Video from SkyTrack 7 shows the devastation. More than 100 people tonight out of their homes. We have a link on our website, wjla.com, for ways that you can help donate.
All right, even though the sun has been down for almost a half hour, still have a beautiful, beautiful skyscape out there with lots of oranges and blues. This is overlooking Key Bridge from our camera atop the Watergate Hotel. Let's talk about the next 7 days for you. Tomorrow, a cool day. We're only in the upper 40s for daytime highs. We bounce back to the middle 60s on Saturday. Nice mix of sun and clouds. Then we're in the middle to upper 70s, moving into Sunday and Monday. And by Monday, throwing in a chance for a few showers, especially later in the day, Monday night, then trending cooler come Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Very nice looking weekend. Thank you, Steve. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next.
How's that for a sunset for you? We'll see you back here tonight at 11 o'clock. Have a good night.